All right. Hey, everybody. It is TorontoUnicorn here. A very unexpected live stream and feeling up for it. And I had cute little jammies on. I was wearing this already. And I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to go live. So I just made myself a hot chocolate. It is chocolate mint because I like chocolate mint shit. And yeah, if you see my little pajamas, they're cookies, right? I got cookie bottoms too. Um, I like cookies. And yeah, and then I got a hot chocolate and I waited to cream it for you. I love putting whipped cream in my hot chocolate. I really do. It just makes me feel like it's a special hot chocolate or something. Oh, hello, DJ Johnson. Thank you so much. All right, you guys ready? So I like to give good eye contact when I cream. So I'm going to show you how it goes down. Okay, it's fucking good. Are you ready? Are you ready to look into my eyes? I better not spill this. Love it. Don't normally take it in the mouth, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, so welcome to my random fucking live stream. I got no plan. I got half a joint, a hot chocolate, and I'm in a good mood. So I was like, all right, fine. Let's hang out. Feel free to ask me any questions in the chat. There's certain topics I'm not going to talk about, but some topics, things like that. But feel free to ask me anything about my lifestyle, my life, my content, anything you always wanted to know. So, yeah, feel free. And until then, I'm going to sip away on my very creamy hot chocolate. So fucking good. So, I'm not sure what you guys are up to tonight. It is a Tuesday. Part of me wanted to go to the club tonight to Oasis because a friend of mine reached out to me and was like going to be there, but there's a snowstorm like in my area, and I don't think even if I decided to make the trek, other people wouldn't, right? And so you don't necessarily want to go to a club that's an outdoor club, outdoor pool in a snowstorm. Like it just, sometimes people just don't have the best nights on those times. So I didn't, but I hung out on the virtual event for a bit. That was where you log in with your webcam and you hang out with a bunch of people virtually, on the Oasis platform. And so we were playing games. We played games such as Would You Rather, whatever. And we asked some interesting questions. And so, yeah, it was fun. It's nice to be able to log in from home and like turn on your webcam and be part of something. Like it's not always where you can just feel socially connected suddenly, right? So, is it RIP the guys or RIP the guys? I don't know. Thank you for your comment. Hello, Chris. What led you to the lifestyle? All right. So I wanted to have a threesome my whole life. I always, when I had boyfriends when I was younger, thought we would find a single woman and have a threesome, and we never did. We tried, but we never did. Never even got close. And basically, I waited and waited for a guy because I thought, oh, I want a boyfriend or a husband, and then I'll join the lifestyle as like a partner, and we'll find single women or couples or whatever. But I'm a single woman, and I've been single for a long time, and Tinder dates, they can take so much out of you. And I remember I was going on date after date with these guys that were just not my type, not my jam. And I felt like ridiculous wasting so much effort and investment chatting with these people and then meeting up and then never going to want to suck their D, So I just knew there had to be a better way. And I think out of like frustration and almost desperation of lack of opportunity, I thought, all right, F it. I'm going to go to this club and I'm going to be the single woman for a threesome. I didn't know you could go to these clubs and not look for a threesome. I thought you had to look for something exotic. I was very new to the lifestyle. So I went in, had my first threesome. Fantastic experience, kept going, met friends there. The rest is history on YouTube now. And thank you for asking questions. All right. So, I'm going to say rip the guys. It said, right? Rip the guys. Would you date a woman? So I have never dated a woman yet. I did temporarily try to date women when I got really frustrated with dating men a while ago. And I even put a YouTube vlog up about how I was unsuccessful literally trying to date women. I don't know if I ever want to date a woman, but the more matured and evolved I get about relationships, I think there's real compatibility sometimes with two feminine energies, where sometimes, like, for example, guys in my life that, they don't have the same overthinking as some women do, right? So if you have two women, they might relate better on certain things. And I think that it's appealing to me, the idea of like a woman partner, because we might actually vibe better. But I need to get railed, and I need, C in my mouth. I can't talk vulgarly on YouTube, which is why I'm using little cutesy little letters. But no, I like the D so much that I know I'm certainly not meant to just be with women. Priestess Honeymoon. Wow, what a name. Hello there. Yeah, feel free to drop any questions. Oh, my creaminess is all melted down now. Now there's just a layer. Oh, you can't see. Oh, that light is so bright you can't see anything. There's just a layer of cream on top. I love the D. I love that D so much. All right, James says, yes, baby, I'll bring the cookies. Yes. So I like my cookie pajamas. They're very cute. I've worn them in a few pillow talk videos and stuff on YouTube, but I also just wear them normally. Like, they're like my pajamas, right? So yeah, it's always fun when I get to, like, I don't know, kind of feel like I'm in the right mood to come on here and answer some shit. So I wish we could play a game. I wish I knew what energy you guys were, because I like to play the intrusive question game. I like to get to know the people who watch my channel. I like to know your stories. If any of you have, learned something from me that you want to tell me that really helped you, I would love, and I mean love, to hear how it has impacted you. So, all right. So you went to Oasis New Year's Eve for the first time. Now, honey, that is brave, 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 brave. New Year's Eve parties in a swinger club is swinger on steroids, from what I hear. So good for you, but that's quite a night to go on your first time. What did you think? I would love to know what you thought of that. I wanted to go, but I would never go for those with the crowds, and yeah, no, it wasn't for me. But that is a big deal. So hello, Stephanie. I went solo on NYE to the club. Okay, and how was it? Was it social? I know a lot of couples nights. I think it was a couples night, right? I think it was. I don't normally go on couples nights at all, right? Like, I find that I vibe better in an atmosphere where there's more singles intermixing. I just feel like there's more opportunity for social interaction. So that's why okay, great. So it was couples and single ladies. It is a good idea to go on those nights if you're new to sex clubs, because you're going to have a way more comfortable experience, predictably, in my opinion, without a lot of guys, like, licking their lips at you kind of thing. It's okay if that's what you're looking for, but some people need to ease into the lifestyle and then go on a DTF night and just flip your hair back and feel your goddess energy radiate. Like, I'm telling you, DTF night empowers women. And if you need to believe it, you got to just come there on a DTF night and watch the happy and the glow radiating from these gangbang queens' faces after they've fulfilled fantasies. All right. I love the questions. Keep coming up. Okay. Yes. Didn't realize it till after we booked. Luckily, you didn't have an issue, but sometimes guys show up to the club to get in, and they don't let single guys in those nights, and they literally get turned away at the door on the night that they were like, gonna go for it. Right. And so I try to help people look at the calendar, know what you're getting into. Don't walk into a heavy kink night if you're not ready for that. Because I'm telling you, there are certain nights at the club that I don't go to because it doesn't vibe with my own internal, wants, needs in the lifestyle, right? So everybody has their own thing. Is Jyla still around? So I'll be honest with you, I have not seen Jyla Valentine in many months. I do hear that they go to the club a little bit here and there, never predictably. I have not run into them in many months. I know she's very busy finishing school and stuff. So yeah, don't know. I know some regulars, nice not having the single male energy. Yeah. I think that I feel lonely when I'm just a single woman amongst couples, because it's not like a normal night where people are pairing up and like hooking up. It's people who are like in love with their partner, like looking at them with intimacy. And I'm just like in the pool with them. Like, I don't need to do that. I don't need to be watching that right now. Like, it's just not for me. It's not the experience I thought it would be as a single woman. I thought you'd be more idolized, and instead I feel like it's a bit more lonely. And not that it's anyone's fault, it's just the vibe, right? I'm gonna try and get every single question and comment. You know that I like to do that. Okay, it says that you want to go on a DTF night. Well, I'm not gonna lie. If you want to go to a DTF night, I have not been to a DTF night in many months. Many months. I am going next week, January 16th, and I don't normally advertise that. It's going to be a big night. There's going to be people there fulfilling some things, and we need to get a good turnout. So I won't be, there to run anything. I'm there to be a friend with my friends and hang out. I'm not like inviting people to come and like sign up for a theme. But I'm going to say it's one of the only DTF nights I'm planning to go to in the last 6 months. So I'm just saying, if you wanted to turn into my live stream tonight, maybe it was because you needed to know, hey, I'm going to go to that DTF. All right. So let me keep reading here. It says, Steve Veda says, it's so cool to hear your voice, Sarah. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Stephanie says some couples do stay to themselves. That's why I go with a friend. Yeah, if you go with a friend, you're way less lonely. You can just chill and vibe, and it's way less pressure. But if you're there to have social connections and all the couples around you are making out on their date, no one's like even aware that you're alone in the pool, like, because they're all busy. So that's been my experience, like, over and over and over. So it's kind of just my preference. Having said that, if I were to once again lean into my unicorn energy, and if I decided I wanted to have a few more threesomes, then maybe I will go on those nights, and I'll go there with, I have to do this so you see my arm. I gotta go there with like purpose, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta go there and be like, I'm here to have a sex threesome. Like, I can't go as I used to when I was new and inexperienced. I used to sit in the corner of the pool with a resting bitch face and my arms crossed, and I'd be like, why is no one hitting on me? I was so afraid that I'd be like, anyways. Okay, let me keep reading. Okay, so Steve says, I prefer to go with a friend, not as alone as a single guy. Totally get it. I still respect the people who go as single guys, because you're just as much entitled to a happy fucking life with people who are cool having around you, whether or not you already have one of those friends. You know what I mean? You can just come and make your friends there. So yeah. All right. Yeah. So Priestess Honeymoon says, right, they weren't even really looking for anyone to join. Exactly. So the lifestyle is just not what we all expect. It's not a bunch of people like do-si-do trading partners. It's a bunch of people there who think it's exotic to go to a sex club. And like, maybe they go there just to be exhibitionists. Maybe they go there just to be voyeurs. I don't know. But it's not the meat market that we think in our heads it's going to be. Having said that, if you go to these clubs on couples nights and you go upstairs, like for example, Oasis Aqua Lounge or whatever, after like 1 a.m., it's kind of a different kind of vibe. It's way more meat markety up there. It's like, you smell good and look like you showered recently. Do you want to fuck? Like, I'm being silly, but like in a way I'm not. Hang on a second. I gotta turn off my air filter thingy. So yeah. Okay, let me keep reading. I love it. I love answering your questions. I love talking to you guys. Okay, so all right. So Stephanie, good. I said go ahead and share. Good. Yes, DTF, Jan 16th. I'll be with my friends there, having a front row seat. Okay. So yes, it is a good way. The online platform for Oasis Aqua Lounge has a virtual platform. Like, again, I'm not sponsored by them. They don't pay me fucking anything. I just tell you about how I get into this lifestyle. But basically you can have these people on there, have profiles, you can match with them, whatever, and like chat with them. And then you actually meet them in the pool at the club. Right. So, all right, let me keep reading. So David says, love your videos. Me and my wife play at the bookstores in Illinois. What is the bookstores in Illinois? I don't know what that is. Can you tell me more about that, David? And thank you for saying that. Hello to your wife too. All right. Steve says, resting bitch face. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. So resting bitch face. When I was younger, I didn't have the social awareness then I look like a bitch. Okay. And I would just be resting comfortably, looking like a bitch. So I had to be aware that I radiate resting bitch face energy sometimes. Sometimes it's helpful when I want people to back the fuck off, right? But not when you're at not when you're at a sex club looking for a threesome. Would you ever peg a guy? Yes, I fucking would. Absolutely. I have already played with many men's bumholes, and I would do it again. And yes, I would. Stephanie said, I made a unicorn headband for unicorn night. Lots of compliments, no offers. Exactly. You could wear a unicorn horn. You could wear a sign that says, I'm here for a threesome, and people will not ask you for sex. Not always. Sometimes you get the eager people that go door to door, is how I like to call it, woman to woman, looking for sex. Now, whenever I see a couple hit on my 3 friends and then come to me, I'm less interested in them because I don't feel special. So, just saying. All right. And then Boss Nation said, damn, those cookies sure look soft and juicy. Yes, they really are. They're very small little chip-its thingies, chocolate chips in them. All right, let me keep reading here. So Steve says, also regarding Oasis, it's not a sex club as much as a sex-friendly club. Some people just want to swim nude. It's true. I think it's a sex club in the fact that it is an on-premise sex club. So by nature, it's a sex club. By experience, it's a sex-friendly club. But I think to each their own. Yeah. Rip the Guys says, do you answer Instagram DMs? No, I don't. I really don't. I have no capacity to answer any DMs anywhere other than my fan page, which is not a fucking scam. It's a fucking fan page, is where you see all the shit I can't show anywhere else. Right? So if you don't even subscribe to other people's fan pages, I get it. I never used to want to pay for content ever. Like I was like morally opposed to it. But what I offer is different. I'm offering you an in-depth look, like advanced levels, like a video game that you can't get on YouTube. You can't get on a podcast. So like just today, I posted 4 or 5 different posts today of my boudoir shoot, different videos, different views, things that would get me taken off social media. So I hope you check out my fan page. It is a good way to support me. All the links are always on my website, TorontoUnicorn.com. All right, so Dave says I take the pictures of the fun she has. That's good. I like to have people take photos of me sometimes when I'm playing, and that's also, again, on my fan page. All right, so Steve says, I'd never say you look like a bitch. You're gorgeous. Oh, that's so nice. I mean, I'm in a good mood now, but, you know, I can wear a resting bitch face, or even not even a resting. I could wear a activated bitch face, too. All right. Let me keep reading here. It says, Priestess Honeymoon says, awareness of your energy, learning this of our energy. Yes, exactly. I'm an energy healer. So a lot of the work I do and a lot of how I experience the world is through energy. Yeah. And I do have female fans on my fan page. So ladies, whoever's here, if you're okay seeing my labia, come on in, because it's not just that. It's so much more. I have extra story times. I have extra photo shoots that you would never see anywhere else. I mean, my ass is, you know, it's not welcome on YouTube, right? Like I got a video taken down the other day on one of my other channels that was so innocent. But, you know, so that's why I like having a fan page, because sky's the limit, you know? Okay, so Priestess Honeymoon says, like, why didn't they hit on me when I'm in my resting bitches? It's true. I was so confused. I'm like, this place sucks. Like, as I looked around like that, I'm telling you, I started out in this lifestyle as confused and a fish out of water as everyone else. I didn't start off that successful. Yeah, I had a threesome my first time I went. But then I went a few more times, didn't have success. And then I had to like talk myself in the bathroom. I had to like talk to myself in the mirror and be like, are you ready for this? Are you ready? Like I freaked out too. I didn't know. Am I ready for this? And now I'm like, a threesome's so fucking mundane. Like it's so innocent when it's not this big juicy thing. You can have a million threesomes. Okay. All right. I hope you do check out my fan page, Priestess Honeymoon. I definitely do. If you come in tonight or soon and say you were on the chat, because I'll recognize the name, I'll send you an extra free video. I already send one free video if you come and say, you know, how you found me. But if you come and say you watch my live stream tonight, I'll give you 2 free videos. All right, perfect. I love that you guys are engaged and chatting. I love it. Steve says, yeah, by the way, when I took a friend for her first time, I told her to watch your Oasis tour video first. Yay! Do you see that happy dance? Oh, yeah, I see what you're watching. Okay, that's fine. I love it. Please share my content with people who will like it, who will appreciate it, who will have their mind expanded. My Oasis tour video is one of the tour videos. I've got a tour video of Club M4, the X Club, NYX Lounge. They're all in Toronto or surrounding area in Canada. There's lots of other tour videos of other sex clubs across the States and the UK and Germany, everywhere. Lots of people out there on YouTube doing this work. So I love that it helps people, because the whole reason I made that tour video was to take the scary out of sex clubs. I wanted people to not be too afraid to walk through the door that could open the rest of their lives, because the door itself was scary. So let's make the door less scary. Let's show what happens. Let's show what the bathrooms look like. Let's show what the lockers look like. Take the scary away, right? Where is my fan page actually located? So I'm not allowed to link my fan page on YouTube. It's insane. It's on OnlyFans. Basically, it is every single link tree I have, every single video, including this one, has a link in it to my big link tree link, and it's the very first link is my fan page. I'm on there. I chat with fans. Nothing sexual. I don't do sexting or things like that. But you could come and tell me your story. Tell me who you are. I like to hear. Sometimes I give advice if people have questions. Somebody is asking what my mug says. So my mug says, "Sex and Swinging with TorontoUnicorn." This is my podcast. So if you're not aware, I have a podcast called Sex and Swinging with TorontoUnicorn. And the podcasts are also free. They're not on YouTube. They're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever, even Audible. But I can fucking swear. I can talk vulgarly. And I don't know if you've ever seen me after 1.5 joints, but I get a little bit less inclined to watch my tongue as I'm doing now on YouTube, right? I don't like to think before I speak. Sometimes I like to just roll with the vulgar off the tongue, and I can't do that. I'm not on YouTube. I just simply can't. But yes, if you guys do come, I'll definitely give you the extra video. Just make sure you came. You say that you saw my live stream that I did not plan to even do. Yeah, legalization, man. You know what's funny is I smoke a lot of weed, but when the legalization in Canada happened, I was actually against it. I actually was against the legalization of marijuana. And then it happened, and I was like, And now I would be so miserable if it wasn't legal. And it goes to show, I used to be intimidated by weed. It used to make me feel just paranoid and anxious. And I thought, why on earth would anybody do this if it made them feel that way? Anyways, I did some therapy, worked out some things on my brain. And then weed literally was handled better. And now it makes me calm. Now it makes me feel happy and healthy and want to twirl around in my kitchen when 5 minutes earlier I was feeling a little nauseated, right? It can just change your whole energy zone. So do you guys have any other questions, or do you want me to ask you a question? Weed swinging, what's your next frontier to explore? Well, isn't that a fantastic fucking question, Steve? You know, I do have something I was going to be doing. I had planned it out. And then I've just recently, in the last couple of days, decided to completely put that on hold and do something different. So my next frontier is to be seen. I'm still working that out. I love my Sex Stories podcast. I just released another episode the other day. It's also free. Spotify. I have a lot of podcasts. Did you guys not know that? I have a lot of people on a podcast. Yeah, so let me put the link here. You know what? I should just put the link in the freaking video. I mean, how silly am I? Okay, let me just be very careful here because YouTube ain't not forgiven. All right, so this is the link. Every single link to my podcast, to my fan page, to my journal, to my diary, everything is on there, including my Amazon storefronts. Now, I run a lot of free content. I still need to support my work here. if you want to go and support my content, shop my Amazon storefront, check it out. Click the links in the description of my videos where it says go to your storefront. See the fun, cool list I've made on Amazon. If you don't buy anything, that's fine. But at least if you go and check it out and you're clicking those links, those affiliate links, it'll help me out. So yeah. All right. So let me keep reading here. So my next frontier, yeah, I really don't know. I think I've decided lately that my next frontier is going to be something exciting about my next step. It's not going to be looking backward. It's not going to be anything like that. It's time to move on and make new space for new things. So I think I'm excited to see where it goes. Having said that, though, I am starting to lean back into helping at least go and watch some of these big scenes at the clubs, like on DTF nights. I think I want to get back into helping people connect, match, network. I'm not looking to hook up right now. I'm not looking for casual sex at all, probably ever again. Once you get a taste of quality intimacy, I mean, you kind of just want to look for something like that. So yeah, if anyone ever sees me at the club and wants to like connect with me in that kind of way, become my friend first, right? Like talk to me without looking at my tits first, right? And I'm telling you, that's the way to a lot of girls' hearts too. So just saying, not even hearts, just saying. So it says, do you chat with people on your podcast? Yes, I do. So I have done full interviews with not only all of the people, the women you've seen on my channel, like R and Amelia, Curly Vixen, Peekaboo. They all have their own interviews. I have lots of interviews with other men. So Arnold Lane is one of them. I have Teddy, who lost his virginity on DTF night, I think. I helped him with that. So I do have a lot of these interviews, but I also talk a lot about mistakes people make at sex clubs or whatever. And me and my friends have what we do is called girls chat. And we go in a circle and we all kind of give our opinion about topics about sex clubs and swinging, right? And sex. So it's not even just my voice. And I think that's what I think is really helpful, is to hear other women who have very different wants, needs at the club than I do, and have them express that. So yeah. All right. So Joseph Johnson says, I'm going to make it up north and enjoy the sights. Yeah. If you ever take a vacation somewhere, you ever treat yourself to a day trip for a sports game or something, how is it any different? Come and visit Oasis. You know, it's a vacation spot. Man, I really wish I got affiliate income, but I do not. All right. Steve says, by the way, I'm also AKA Steve the librarian. Oh, okay. That's helpful. I love it. Yeah, no, I love you too. Thank you guys for joining in and participating. I want to see if I can ask you at least one intrusive question, because I like to play this game with people. Okay, let me think here. I would say, what is your favorite type of content that I do? I want to know why you watch my stuff. What is it that you like? Do you like the pillow talks? Do you like the sex club tour videos? Do you like the vlogs? Do you like the, food vlogs? Like, tell me, what is it that you actually tune in for? Because I don't get a lot of opportunity to ask you guys this. I just put up what I put up. So feel free to drop that in the chat. I like to acknowledge all your comments. I love that you guys spend time with me. So I like these interactive chats too. Now, I don't do them very often. And one of the reasons is that I'm a vulgar girl. And I am afraid as hell that I will say something wrong or show a nipple and I'll be terminated. So I need to be very conservative with how much I go live so that I can, stay afloat. But yeah, so you like the color of my content, like the colorfulness of the variety. Can you explain that a bit, Michelle? And thank you for tuning in and commenting too. I love it when you guys comment. I don't know if you notice, but sometimes I respond to comments on my channel 4 or 5 months later than when people write them. And I'm telling you, I will respond to your comment. Every time I'm like stuck in an elevator or something, I'm like, more comments, answering more comments, because I know you took your time to say something to me, to make your, say something about the video I made. And I always wanted to acknowledge that back. So yeah. Okay. So Priestess Honeymoon says, my friend just told me about you when I told him I was going to Oasis. Great. Okay, good. So hopefully it helped mentally prepare you. And then you said you went for your first time already. So clearly you felt comfortable to go. That's awesome. So you're in Ottawa. So there is a couple sex clubs in Montreal. I know. Wow. All right. Stephanie says your post about the various theme nights you've been to at the club. Oasis specifically, since I don't go to the other clubs. Gotcha. Because I have a whole playlist on my YouTube channel called Oasis Aqua Lounge Theme Nights. And there's like Hot Wife and Cuckold or DTF or Bukkake or, you know, After Dark or like Kinky. And it's, if you don't know what to expect on these nights, at least I'll give you my experience. And I have a very one little sliver of perspective, and I acknowledge that. But at least someone's saying something, right? I'm like, hey, it was busy. I saw this. You know, I remember one of the videos, somebody told me that it was because I showed I was nervous that they started to really tune into my content, because they said you didn't just make it glossy that, oh, I go to these clubs and look at me. I showed that I was like nervous before I went in. And it's like, yeah, of course I was nervous. I was going to be alone in a land of couples. So thank you for commenting, guys. Free the Nipple, that's actually the title of the documentary. Yeah, there's a whole movement for Free the Nipple, and as much as an advocate I'd like to be, I have been deleted off Instagram more than a few times, and I ain't that worried about my nipple being shown. I'm just it's funny, you wouldn't know this because I am a bit of an exhibitionist of personality, but I'm not a sexual exhibitionist. I do sell a few sexual videos on my fan page. But it's not something I want to do, is like have an audience. It's not something I normally would ever choose to do. And that's what's so interesting, is some people love it. They love the idea of other people's eyes on them, right? While they're doing these things, they get so aroused. Not me. Having said that, I have a microphone and an audience and get aroused, like literally talking to people and being like a comedian? Yeah. Different kind of exhibitionism, right? So Steve asked me earlier, what was one of my next frontiers, right? And there's something I'd love to do one day when I just don't give a shit anymore. And it's called All the Controversial Opinions I Have. I'm not going to do it now. But I have some pretty strong controversial opinions that I don't really talk about. And the only one I think is safe enough to even say on here is I want to write content. I'm afraid to say it. It's basically called how to fuck the bitch out of your wife. And it's like, hey, if you look at the attention deficit that some people in a marriage have, they might act out and try to get that attention seeking in different ways that are less helpful, you know, for the relationship. And what I've learned in life is that if you saturate someone's need for attention, they don't need to seek it in the other places. They can chill the fuck out in the other places. And so there's actually men out there, I've read up on this on FetLife, who have actually had a woman who, you know, had too much sexual energy. They couldn't keep her satisfied, I guess, whatever, but she was a bitch. And so to get the bitch out of her, she got a bull, like a stud. So she was a hot wife, I guess, right? So she got a guy who would come and dominate her like aggressively, like once a week in the house. And he said that their marriage was never better because she got everything she needed in those sessions, that she didn't need to be, you know, throughout the rest of the week. It was fucking inspiring. So, again, it's one of those opinions where I'm afraid I'm going to get canceled. Like, I got to get canceled from people who are like, that's not fair. Fair enough. But yeah. Okay, so Michelle says, I think you're unique. I think you have a lot to offer this world, and you do it in a flamboyant and colorful fashion. Well, thank you. I do think I have a lot to offer the world, and here's why. I have been in the darkest of places myself. I have had a tough life. I've lost things that matter to me. I have had to work hard for everything I've ever had. And I think I've been on the other side of pain. I've been on the other side of darkness, and I've seen it, and I've looked it in the face, and I've had to battle it and come back from that. And because I've seen that and done that, it makes me so inspired to help other people illuminate their path out of their own darkness. If I can help everyone else get back up again by just telling my story, it's worth it. It's all worth it. So thank you for doing that. And the flamboyant thing is just me. I've always been flamboyant. I'm glad I have a camera on me now, but I would act the exact same way with the camera off. It's kind of funny. Speaker's Corner. Now I'm dating myself. So believe it or not, Steve, I actually wanted to do Swingers Corner. I actually had designed a little segment where I was going to do interviews with swingers and be like, hey, what do you want to say? And so many people were terrified to even use their voice and be known as a swinger that I couldn't get anyone to do it. So maybe one day I'll have a swingers corner where people can leave voicemails and I'll add it to like a podcast. But people were afraid. Yeah. So, okay. So Priestess Honeymoon says feeling pleasure from other people's pleasure. Absolutely. It's a good thing. Some of the best feelings I've ever had was when I finished helping somebody run a gangbang or a fantasy scene. And even though I didn't touch anyone or have sex, I was radiating glowing energy. People were commenting on it because of how happy I was with what had just happened. Because it wasn't just the girl that had her greatest fantasy fulfilled. It was the guy that I helped. It was the guy who just had a confidence boost after getting cheated on, right? Like everyone has a story and everyone, could have walked out of that situation feeling differently, but I felt the goodness and the good experience of everybody. And it was as if I had an emotional orgasm, an energetic orgasm. So good. Okay, so Jimeo, I think that's how it goes. It says your site came up as a suggestion. I'm just going to hear what you have to say. Never thought about swinging though. Well, welcome. I'm a bit unique. I don't talk. I am a swinger, but it's not all I do. I like to educate people about sex, how to be a good lover, how to be a good communicator, how to look for what you want in life and not back down. I have other YouTube channels. I have other podcasts. I like to cover it all. There is so much shame around sex. And you know what, Priestess Honeymoon, there's a lot of shame between women in vanilla mainstream society about sex. And that's what I really like about this lifestyle is women support women. Women are not counting how many men someone's sleeping with as if it's a bad thing. We're doing it with a black Sharpie marker and we're writing it on their ass and then we're high-fiving them after. It's so different. It's so different. So us women share men, right? Like we'll be like, hey, you used to play with that guy. Is he cool? She'd be like, yeah, it's fine. You play with the same guys. You think that mainstream society that would ever happen? I remember there was a girl who almost dated a guy and then he was off limits for everyone else. Like everyone else. That guy could not have dated one of her friends. This is what vanilla mainstream society was. It's like, hey, I had sex with that man, so no one else that I know could possibly ever suck that deep. In the lifestyle, it's very different. I'm like a matchmaker. Like even when I did have a boyfriend, I was looking for people to give him a better blowjob than I could give him. Not because I felt like I give bad head, because I wanted to give something different than I could give. Right? So everyone does it for their own reason. So you're welcome, Jimo. You haven't experienced that side yet, but I'm happy to hear you saying that. Yeah. So what are my other channels? So if you look at remember the link that I put in, I'm going to put the link in again. I have another channel called TorontoUnicorn's Everything Drawer. It is a YouTube channel that isn't so much about sex and swinging. It's about anything I fucking want. Okay. So if I have a try on video because I got a big Shein order, I'm going to throw it on my Everything Drawer. If I have a girl chat where we're all sitting around for 20 minutes talking about life, I'm going to put it on my other channel. That's right. So there's a lot on there that is just something that wouldn't fit on my main channel. So I hope you check it out. I have my podcasts are my future. YouTube is very limiting. It's very limiting, and I'm a very open-minded person. I like to speak openly about sex, and I can't do that as much on here. So, all right. So Steve says, I only met Isabel once at Oasis. Most welcoming woman I had met there. She wrote yes on lipstick on her breast. I asked, what's the yes for? She replied, what's the question? Oh, wow. That was a DTF woman. Don't know who that is, but that's amazing. That's amazing. Well, if you have any other questions, shoot them in. Otherwise, I have been on here for almost 40 minutes. My hot chocolate is almost gone. Sadly, I don't have any real cookies. I just have these ones. Yeah. Oh, so I got some of my boudoir photo shoots back, the photos, and like I can't show them on YouTube. I'll get in trouble. I actually wonder if I can show you a little tiny clip of one because it's so far away. I'm just gonna, that's all. It's not even a bad photo, but I don't want to get in trouble. So I'm being good. See the halo? I'm being good. All right. Thank you guys. I've loved hanging out with you. I love interacting with you. If you guys see me at the club, hello, come and say hello. I'll be there next DTF. I am not there normally on DTF. So if you ever did want to run into me or know a night to show up, it might be that one. All right. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye, Night Sun. Bye, everyone.